they only wound up having 2 open practices to the media. We both missed the first one. Got some intel on it. It didn't sound like they did much, we were told. And then, so we go. I thought going Wednesday, Adam, because it was the last one, not just open to the media, but last one, they were going to let it all out. This is going to be the practice. Yeah. And we show up, right? And the first thing that stands out to me is who's not there, right? No A.J. Brown, no Devontae Smith, no Lane Johnson, no Jalen Reagor. I don't think Jordan Davis was there. Did you see him there?
If he was, he didn't. I didn't see him working.
Like I'm pretty sure he wasn't.
Dallas Goedert, don't blink, because if you did, you'd miss him. I saw him have two reps. He ran a route, didn't get the ball to him. Right. So I'll look for certain stuff. We'll get to our observations, and we'll also have more as we talk to some people and see what they, how they felt, how the practices went. But
yeah,
just watching the practice, which was probably under an hour and 20. I'd heard they've been very light, even lighter than usual. And you've talked about how fewer practices they had because of this agreement they had with the players to get everybody to show up, no mandatory camp. And also, they are ending a week earlier than all the other 31 teams. Like the Bengals are the only other team not to have a mandatory camp, but they're still ending next week.
Right.
So I don't know, but
and I wonder about this because the Eagles and Bengals keep getting lumped together as the only 2 teams in the NFL who are having the fewest amount of practices in the OTAs, right? I wonder if Bengals OTAs have this, absence of so many players, the way we saw so many significant players or role players like we saw on Wednesday where, like you said, even some of the guys who were there were getting very who you want to see, like a Dallas Goedert. I guess James Bradbury apparently was there because I know there was a deep touchdown, but I only say maybe a few reps. So I just wonder, are the Bengals doing that too? They're not only having much fewer practices, but even in their practices, are they telling a lot of veterans, this is an off day for you or a workout day for you? Like there was one day where apparently there were not that many offensive linemen because Brett Toth was getting married. And so they just didn't have a bunch of offensive linemen there. So I'm very, I guess here's my get off the lawn part. It's like I've come across almost 0 coaches at any level of any sport in my lifetime that prefer fewer practice times and fewer practice hours.
No,
if anything,
they
all want more.
Yeah, they do.
The Chicago Bears, that was the team that got banged for practicing too much. Why? Because they have a new coaching staff, right? And they got a new front office. So you could see why the temptation to just try to get as much in as possible was there, and they got caught and whatever. But, like, the Eagles are just, like, completely – they're like, we don't need this.
By the way, can you imagine if they violated the Eagles? Let's turn our attention back to the Eagles. Would it be comical if they violated something and lost even more practice time?
They probably welcome it.
No, but coaches will tell you they want more because it's teaching. The offseason, the real competition is the training camp. Let's call it like it is.
Sure.
It's the learning phase. It's the retention phase. Let's see what you can remember from your playbook, and you take it out into the field. The competition happens in training camp. That's where jobs are won and lost. No one's losing or winning a job in the offseason, but you can progress. And you're learning, and they could see if the player's behind or not. That stuff's important.
All right.
In terms of being behind or not, the term is high rep. Is it? You'll hear coaches tell you, is this a high rep guy or not? If he's a high rep guy, that means he needs extra reps. Coaches don't like that, but if the guy needs it, he needs it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No coach in their right mind is going to say, that's good. We don't have a lot of practice.
No, but I mean, obviously the Eagles are they're following a blueprint. A lot of this has brought their Rams mentality of practices, lighter practice. That's fine. That's great. I know the Rams just won the Super Bowl, but the Rams are practicing more, having more OTAs than they are. But here's another thing. You said it's an hour and 20-minute practice, shorter practices. Yep.
If that.
If that. I've been to, so have you. We've been to an hour and 10-minute practices before.
Last year.
Right. But no, I'm saying even before that. That part of me is not the surprise. But I looked at the clock, and we were 50 minutes in to this hour and 10-minute practice. And all they had done for the first 50 minutes was the stretching, positional drills, like wide receiver separated, linemen separated, defensive end separated, and just doing like little individual drills. Yep. And then they did a special team. They did the punting and the coverage, kickoff coverage, punt coverage. We did not see 7-on-7. We didn't see anything that was like mildly competitive until the final 20 minutes of the practice, and that was really
Yeah.
just it.